Hey everyone, welcome to episode 12, numero 12, numero deux of Meet Us for a Drink, live every Wednesday night at 5:30, now live streaming on 5 sites: the Meet Us for a Drink Facebook page, Meet Us for a Drink YouTube channel, EKP Creations Candle Co. Facebook page, Long Beach Caliph with a K Facebook page, and both of our personal profiles. Wait, that makes 6. So, no excuses. You can find us somewhere. And please follow, like, subscribe, thumbs up, kiss, smoochies, whatever you need to do to like our page because it'll help us. And as a reminder, you can comment while you're watching. It's live, so we can reply. At 5:30, 5:50, to take that back, 5:50, we're going to have a shot of tequila. I'm going to have some Patron with myself, Keri, and our guest. So please, by all means, pour yourself a shot and shoot it with us at 5:50. Tonight, we'll be joined by Eydie. She's a program manager at Pathways to Independence, a Long Beach nonprofit that helps with education, mentoring, healthcare, and therapy for young women in need. My name is Heather Keri. I'm the general manager, aka Dream Facilitator at Made by Millworks and Eleanor Drinkery in beautiful downtown Long Beach. And here's my gal pal, the owner and candle maker of EKP Creations Candle Co., aka the Candle Lady. Hey, Keri.
Hey, Heather. How's it going? Good to see you. Look at how cute you are. Oh my gosh. Yay.
Well, you know, I'm wearing fireworks. It's like like it was the other night.
Yeah. Nonstop. That was
I think
perfect.
it landed on my head, and
it was a perfect impression of what happened on the 4th of July in Long Beach. That was awesome.
Yeah, and I'm playing some Blade Runner music in the background because you shared this amazing video that someone paired together drone footage of fireworks over Los Angeles with the Blade Runner soundtrack. And even though it's 2020, the movie took place, the story took place in 2019 over Los Angeles and opens very similarly. And so I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. Hi, Dan.
Hey, Dan. Good to see you. That video was amazing. And I'm a giant fan of Blade Runner. I have probably 3 or 4 different versions on DVD, on Blu-ray. I have the soundtrack. I maybe even have a cassette tape of the soundtrack. Like me and Blade Runner go way back. And so
sooner or later, we all gonna die, right? What's his line?
Yeah, that's it. Sooner or later, we're all gonna die. Yeah. So good.
And I love, like, I'll never forget, like, whenever there's like the right moment comes up, I'm all, time to die.
Oh my God.
That is like the best scene. And I have always wanted to dress like Pris at the end for Halloween.
For sure.
Just with the spray paint and the blonde wig that's like ratted. I just think it's so cool.
I love, Pris is great. And of course the iconic and amazing Rutger Hauer in the rooftop scene.
Beautiful.
In the rain with the dove. I mean, everything about that film is incredible. It's weird to say, but I even like the voiceover. Even though Harrison Ford was not a fan of the voiceover, he did it, like he intentionally did it without enthusiasm so that it wouldn't be used in the film. I still really dig it. So that's just,
I love it. Because I love noir film, and they shot it like it's all like 1940s. Everything is like an old detective, like a gumshoe detective, Humphrey Bogart. I love it. Never, it's just, it's beautiful.
And what's the actress's name? And her beautiful hair and just the lighting on her character every single time she speaks. It's just, I love every single bit of it. So yay for Blade Runner, 100%. Yay.
So we have a question already. Jill wants to know, should fireworks be legal? Would that better? So I don't think it's going to make it any better to be legal. Yeah. And I don't think you can enforce. Well, there's a couple things here. I think a lot of what we experienced were not even legal as in you can get them from a fireworks stand, fireworks. Right. But then the other thing is, if you can just drive to the neighboring city, sure. How can you possibly enforce it? But I have to say, I don't want birds, nature, dogs, anything to suffer, people with PTSD. Right. But I just have to say, on a purely auditory level, it was an amazing experience. And I don't see how they are ever going to be able to go backwards. People who liked it fucking loved it and are I don't care about, I mean, I don't go to the Queen Mary show anyway because I don't like fireworks. So I don't want to walk around all the people who are normally at the beach, like just setting them off, like the flowers, the fountains.
So you're talking about like going down to the bluffs and watching the show from the bluffs, watching the Queen Mary show. Yeah,
I know. I don't like to do it.
We've done that a couple of times and it's fine. It's not like my favorite thing, but I have to say I was really torn this year because I kind of love the rebellion of it. You know, I kind of love how every single city was like, there's no fireworks this year and we're canceling your shows. And pretty much all of the inhabitants of every single city were like, awesome, we're doing it ourselves. And so that's what we saw, was just this huge middle finger. A friend of mine actually made a pretty good observation that there were probably people last year who were stockpiling for this year because this year was on a Saturday. And so, you know, there were plenty of people who were like, we're just going to go big. It's going to be 2020, man. It's going to be on a Saturday, not knowing at all that there was going to be a freaking pandemic that was going to keep you inside for months at a time. And so I think that probably had a little bit to do with it. But then, in addition to that, everyone was like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to shoot off fireworks if I want to. That's just what's going to happen. So,
also like normally there's like probably at least 5,000 people on the
bluffs. Yeah. Watching the shows.
And that's where they're usually blowing them off. So this time you have someone in every neighborhood. I mean, there was someone like a block away that had basically what the Queen Mary does on a much smaller, like physically smaller, like they don't go up as high, but they were the same kind of sprays. They even did like
the mortars
at once, like a big crescendo. And it was amazing. But the soft pounding, like someone was like the
heartbeat that was going through the city, like constantly. It was very interesting. Totally.
I watched a bunch of videos.
I think I have cat hair in my nose or something. I'm sorry. I've got like itchy nose all of a sudden. My apologies.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
My cat is sitting. I love my cat. I might be,
Welcome to my world. Cat life. That's my favorite Prince song, by the way. You're a Prince fan, and I love Pop Life. That's like my favorite Prince song. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I actually, it's not mine, but it's definitely up there. I like Sign of the Times. Not my favorite, but in my top 5. Raspberry Beret, I will sing and turn up every single time it comes on the radio. I love Sign of the Times. I mean, I can go on for a very long time. So, but
when you say Sign of the Times, the only song that comes to my head is Bananarama. It's a sign of the times.
That's totally.
I know.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Time to be alone. That's so I can't hear it.
You do such a good job at just like on the spot singing, and I can't do that, even though I have like a very
I said really hip hop, a hibbity to the hip hop. You don't stop rocking to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm a rapping to the beat. Me, my friends. I messed up.
That's okay. It's only because you started to think about it.
I do know all the words, and Mike freaks out that I know all the words.
I think it's pretty awesome. Like you're definitely the phone a friend when it comes to Rapper's Delight.
Yes, but I'm older, and when that song came out and that record came out, my friends and I, my neighbor friends and I, literally sat and like put the needle on the record, write it down.
Put the needle on the record.
Write it down. I
mean,
put the
needle on the record.
Yeah. It was that's how you memorize.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
In my day and age, it was more like put the cassette tape in and then play, rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind. And that's how you do it. Yeah, totally. So, we all have our thing.
Who said what I like? Hot butter on my breakfast toast. Anyway, speaking of rapping and the 4th of July.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hamilton.
And musicals.
So did you watch? Because I watched a little bit of it, and because I like decided that it would be, I like watching like some kind of serious thing on Sunday mornings.
Okay.
So I had like mentally decided, and Mike wasn't interested in watching it. So I was like, okay, that's going to be my Sunday morning. Instead of a murder mystery, I'm going to watch Hamilton.
Wow. I mean, it could go either way,
Well, it is,
I mean, but spoiler alert,
I know, sorry.
He does die in the end. I mean, history. I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah.
We did renew our Disney Plus subscription in order to watch Hamilton. And my husband pointed out that we can also watch the second season of The Mandalorian. And so, we're winning on both sides.
What about Picard? Isn't that on there? And The Twilight Zone with Jordan Peele?
Gosh, is Picard on Disney Plus? I knew it's a CBS
Oh, no,
Access.
sorry. I'm totally mixing CBS and Disney.
Yeah,
forget
that's
it.
Okay.
Picard
that's
and Twilight are CBS.
I know, and I'm super bummed to not be able to see Picard, by the way, because I'm a giant fan. But we did renew our subscription to Disney
my
Plus.
captain.
Right? Seriously. Number one, engage. And so, yes, we did watch. We started it kind of late one night, and so it ended up being kind of too late to finish. I got about 3/4 of the way through, and I'm in love. I mean, I'm in love. I can't wait to watch it. Yeah? First of all, I can't wait to finish it, and then I can't wait to watch it like 2 more times. And I will say, I've never seen the Broadway show. I've heard all of the love for Hamilton. I've always felt like, okay, this is going to be amazing. I will say, if you haven't watched it, if you are looking forward to watching it, or if you have seen it once or whatever, and you're going to watch it again, make sure you turn on your closed captioned on your TV. I did as well. And it makes a huge difference, especially when you're watching any show, really, if they have different accents.
I watch every show.
Yeah,
English,
I mean,
whatever.
Seriously, anything. I mean, but especially a musical, and especially something like Hamilton, which is so deep and so layered.
Like Rapper's Delight is what I'm saying. It's like they're just shoot. They don't take a break.
Yes.
And they're just have a lot of information to get out. And I was thinking, is this enjoyable for kids? I can't imagine a kid enjoying it, because
I would think
like, I can't follow into this.
My husband's walking through. I was like, oh, there's my husband. Yeah. I would think that if a parent is a musical theater buff and also a history buff, then they will have laid the groundwork for their child to watch it. And so I think that it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be incredible, for a whole family to watch, for kids to watch, to watch it in pieces, to watch it with closed captioned on, so that you can understand. And then if you're like me and you do a deep dive and you start to research all these things, you can see where there were variances from the actual story to what, to what they were portraying in the musical. Like, it's not going to be spot on. And also there's going to be some, background subtext that maybe you're missing, like the character called the Bullet, who tends to appear.
I'm not there yet.
You don't have to. It's no. You're there. You're there because you're watching it. You're there because you're watching it, and and so that once you start to just unpack like the subtle nuances of what was going on. Yeah, David, of course, has seen it a bunch of times. And David probably knows the character of the Bullet that I'm talking about. And I don't think it's that much of a spoiler. It's just really interesting, if you've seen it a few times, to go back and watch it with that perspective. I'm really excited to be able to get to that point and do it.
Someone posted the Got Milk commercial about Hamilton that I had totally forgotten about.
I don't know.
Do you remember? Do you remember all the weird Got Milk commercials? And there
the
was
one with
really skinny guy. There was this really skinny. I think he was in a bunch of them, and he's in a commercial that's like about the conspiracy, like who shot JFK, about Hamilton.
Is there a conspiracy? I thought we all knew.
No, but I think they kind of like set up the ad like that.
Interesting. I'll have to look that up. You can post a link to it. I'll definitely look it up for sure. I love stuff like that. I'm like, I'll fully watch that 1,000,000 times. Oh my gosh, my nose is so itchy.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. My mom would say that I'm allergic to something that I'm drinking, or that I'm allergic to the cashews that I'm eating. And I would be like, I think I just have a tickle in my nose. Who knows? Anyway, hi, Mom. You don't have to tell me that I'm allergic. Like, I'm not. It's all good. So yeah, watch TV with the closed captioned on. My friend Sarah taught me to do that a long time ago, and it makes a huge difference. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember this.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, totally. And it was he was trying to answer. Oh my gosh, I totally remember now. He was trying to answer. Yes, he was trying to answer like some like a radio call-in question, and he'd been trying to call in for a million times, and he had like just eaten a cookie, and then there was no milk. Yeah, and he couldn't.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, totally. Look, of course, David. Yeah, good job, David Lockeretz, the other David watching. Yeah. Very cool.
Too many Daves. I think there's a Dr. Seuss book called A World of Too Many Daves, or A World of Daves. I went to post that.
What just happened? Our audio went weird.
I don't know. I hear you. I went to post the Blade Runner.
Your audio is weird. Something happened with your audio, Heather.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're back now.
I was going to say I could take my headphones off.
No, I think it's okay now. It fixed itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
I posted the Blade Runner thing, and I tagged like 3 Daves, and I was like, or I think 4, and I was like, all the Daves I know are going to be interested in this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, all my Davids are really interested in fun, like trivia. I was gonna say trivial, but that's not.
Yeah,
you guys
remember it had something to do with peanut butter, David. I couldn't remember what, but I remembered he had a mouthful of peanut butter.
Ah, that's it. I thought it was cookies, but because cookies and milk, right? So that was my first go-to. But yeah, peanut butter sandwich.
And that actor was so great. He was. I don't know if he was.
He was so expressive, right?
By the way, can we just talk about? I actually did a deep dive on Flo from Progressive.
Oh, that actress. I mean, hopefully the actress Flo, and not like I don't know what else it would be.
They stopped having her commercials for like her. She wasn't in the Progressive commercials, and I was like, oh my God,
where'd she go?
Flo? I'm very concerned about Flo, and I think I think it's fascinating that these people that get paid so much, when they hit like a commercial, that they become the character,
right?
For the ad, like that guy that switched over from Can You Hear Me Now from Verizon. Now he's the guy in.
He's the Sprint guy.
Listen, I know too much about TV because that's all I do. I know every single local jinger, like call Pal Electric, they'll fix it in a flash.
Don't even with that one. What? Oh, here's the one I hate the most. Are you ready for this? This is
something reborn. Woo!
This is the radio one that I hate the most. 1-800 cars for kids. I hate that. I hate it. And it plays on Jack FM a lot. And sometimes I listen to that when I'm working and when I'm making candles. And then all of a sudden it's it.
Cars for kids. KARS, cars for kids. See, I'm good. And it's 866 2 reborn. 888 reborn. Woo! That's my favorite.
Same. It's like the same jingle. It's a nightmare. It's a fuck. I'm gonna say
because it's only local commercials right now because that's all the only people that can afford. By the way, did you see that Disney World open?
No, I didn't.
They're opening, I think, this weekend or today or tomorrow because I always watch ABC, and that's the same. ABC is owned by Disney, who's owned by who knows who, but they
right the overlords.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing and how it goes. And
so it's not Disneyland; it's just Disney World, and that's the one in Florida, right?
Right. Disneyland was going to reopen, but Pete Ellis Dodge, Firestone X8 Southgate.
Nice, good job.
That is like.
David's gonna be quizzing you all night long.
Lemon from Toyota of Orange.
I know that one. Yeah.
Well, you won't get a lemon. I
would have got a lemon. Yeah, we're good. We could do this. We could play this game. Let's go trivia night. Let's do this.
All right, it's time to line up our shots, though.
Oh yeah,
I call Eydie on a
It's 5:50, and Eydie's going to come in strong
everyone,
with a shot.
Get your shots ready.
I will
right,
say that I'm going to be drinking this like special edition Jose Cuervo, really cool bottle that I got. I did some work for Jose Cuervo, and one of the reps gave me a really cool bottle of silver tequila. So here we go. It's not water, I promise.
Where is it? Right here.
Heather's got Patron. Those make beautiful candles, by the way. If you have Patron bottles, we cut the tops off and put them double wick in there. They look really good.
Speaking of your candles, should we do a quick little sponsor break? Pour our shots and be right back?
Yeah, everybody go get a shot of whatever you're drinking. I'm going to see if I can make this happen. Let's see. Yeah. Boom. ekpcreations.com. We do custom candles. Hey, Eydie. Eydie, there she is. Hey, girl, how are you?
Great. That was a nice little candle commercial. Are you doing them through Zoom now, or how does that work?
We have magic. We're
figuring it out.
We're figuring it out as we go.
Like the whole world.
I don't even know. So we poured a shot in your honor, Eydie.
Shot. Okay,
There
ready?
we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, smooth. Damn. That was super good. The Jose Cuervo Tradicional, super smooth. Yeah.
Whew. Right here. That was nice. Just I need it. Thank you, ladies, for taking a shot with me.
My pleasure. Oh my gosh. Thanks so much for joining us, Eydie. We're really excited to have you here. So you are the program manager for an amazing program called Pathways to Independence, which is a scholarship program for young women, provides therapy and education and housing and support for young women. It's kind of a Long Beach, Los Alamitos based organization that's been around for a minute for sure. Can you tell us a little bit about Pathways to Independence and what you do for them and what they do for other people?
Yeah. So Pathways to Independence, like you mentioned, is a scholarship stipend program. We support women between the ages of 18 to 35, women who've had disadvantaged backgrounds, basically transform their lives through this college education. So we provide and support with the tuition, with healthcare, with mentoring, with therapy. There's really no barrier that we leave unturned. Anything that could be a potential barrier, we as a team, they will have a team of a director, an education director, like I mentioned, a mentor, me as a program manager, and we will just figure out what the needs are so that they can get through their academics, reach their goals of whatever that is. Maybe it's a certificate, maybe it's a bachelor's, and whatever they want to do. And we are just there for them to see them through an entire 3 to 5 years to get them through school. So I've never seen anything like this. There's nothing like this that exists in California, and I would say probably nationally. It's a really beautiful teamwork of community members who just really started this holistically. They just wanted to help students meet their goals, and not just any student, but like I said, students who had disadvantaged backgrounds. A lot of our clients come from poverty, come from addiction, come from homelessness. They just embody resilience like we all do as human beings, but they're giving an opportunity to receive the support that they need and deserve to thrive in life.
That's so amazing. And you guys, it's a woman, you focus on women, young women, is that correct? And you said that the age range is, what's the age range again for the women who can participate in the program?
18 to 35.
18 to 35. And so what you're basically doing is giving young women who come from disadvantaged backgrounds an opportunity to get an education. I mean, and also to, you know, to get the therapy that they need to process maybe the struggles that they've been through in life, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we do require a lot from them. I mean, they need to be in school full time. They need to go to summer sessions. Summer sessions are no joke.
No
they need
joke.
to be in part time. So we want to make sure that they have all those tools in there built in, like having their mentor and their therapist that they can access weekly.
So are the people
that work really hard, so many students that work hard and do go to school every day and do go to summer session and just need that extra leg that they weren't, you know, born with. Like, you know, they need that extra lace for the bootstraps, right? They need that extra step stool, and the mentoring and all that is so, so important.
Yeah. I mean,
For
when
sure.
you have,
Go ahead, Eydie.
No, just when you have so much trauma layered on top, I mean, it can be so hard to navigate, you know, lots of systems, right? And school's not easy. So just to have a community to back you up and let you know we're here for you no matter what, we will see you through this. I think it's like a sigh of relief, something that they've never experienced in their whole entire lives.
Does the program provide, so all of the support that the program provides, is that like paid support, or is this just a volunteer, like a super, you know, network of volunteers that are doing this? And what kind of volunteers do you have? Like, are there people to help with, you know, I don't know, cars and, you know, and therapy and things? We've talked about therapy, but I'm assuming it goes, I say that I was part of Pathways for a minute, so I know all the stuff that goes on in the background. So Eydie, why don't you tell the people how many different types of services provided by volunteers are available to these girls?
Yeah, there's such a variety. So I thank you for mentioning like our mechanics. We do offer our clients a car if they don't have transportation. To get to school, to get to work. We also pay for their mileage to get to school, to work, and therapy. Anything happens to their car, we have the mechanics who work on it. Obviously, right now with COVID, you know, there's transitions, but that service is still there and available for them. We have a good about 90 Friends of Pathways, is what they're called, FOPs, who just help every year with our events and fundraising. And then we have an array of community members, professional community members like doctors, dentists, optometrists, psychiatrists, therapists, wow, like I mentioned, who are just really coming in and supporting our clients and just making sure all their needs are met so that they can reach their goals.
That's so amazing, especially anyone who's been through any kind of challenge with drug addiction knows that you know, it can really take a toll on you physically. And a lot of young women tend to fall into like a methamphetamine addiction. And what can happen is that it really jacks up your teeth, you know? And so, especially if you, unfortunately, if you get into a meth addiction at a very young age, and then you have dental work that you have like dental degeneration that happens, it's really hard to be able to go out into the world. Even if you are educated, even if you've gotten beyond your addiction, it's hard to go out into the world with bad teeth, you know, because you don't want to smile, because your teeth are all jacked up. And so one of the most amazing things I think that any kind of like that Pathways can offer is access to orthodontists and dentists who can help fix a girl's smile. I mean, gosh, you know, as feminists, we all are like, don't tell me to smile, you know, like, but a nice thing to be able to do is actually to go on a job interview and smile confidently. And it's only because of the volunteer work that all of these dentists and orthodontists do for Pathways that these women are able to get through 4 or 5 years of school and therapy and rebuild their life and go in confidently and smile and say, I deserve this. Give me this job. Give me this opportunity. I deserve it. So I have to say, I think if you're looking to get involved in a program, Pathways to Independence.org is the program to get involved with, right?
Yes. Thank you, Keri. Yes.
Oh, Totally. Talk a little bit about the annual fundraiser that you guys do.
Yeah, so I started last year in August, so I got to experience that event. It was absolutely amazing, and I've been in the nonprofit world for a good minute, so people are always telling me on the side, y'all have the best fundraiser event than anyone in the community, and I really think it's true. Obviously, COVID, there's those barriers, so it will be through Zoom this year. It will be an auction and a concert that's happening. I believe Brett Young, I believe he's the performer for our event. And let me think, we don't have a time set yet, but like I said, October 3rd. And as we release more information, it will be on our social media page. You can please follow us on Facebook or Instagram and just Pathways to Independence.
Awesome. That's pathwaystoindependence.org. Yeah.
And our website too doesn't have information yet, but you can go there. We should be putting information up soon.
I'm going to try and do a little share of, here we go. So this is Fiesta in the Park was the event that happened in 2019 that Eydie was talking about. They raised over $750,000 for this organization. And Eydie, I don't know if you can share with us like how much it takes to support one woman through the 4 to 5 year program.
Well, off the top of my head, I don't have those numbers, but
if you can imagine how many women are in the program right now.
So right now we just had 8 graduating. So yay for them. We had our first Zoom graduation in June. So I think now we're currently accepting clients. So at any time we have about 50, and I think so right now we have 42.
Okay, cool.
That's great.
Just a reminder, yeah, the women are put through college, whether it's community college or higher education, depending on what their path to education is. Pathways, they're going to support them through a 4 to 5 year educational program.
Right, because I know for a lot of other nonprofits, that seems like a low caseload number, but because we are so holistic and we support anything that comes up, we're able to provide support. So that's why it's at about 50.
And what kind of challenges has this whole COVID presented for you guys?
Well, I think like Keri mentioned, one of the more common challenges is teeth, dental stuff. So
and the dentists are not open, are they?
Right. So right now, anything that's coming up for them that they need surgeries, I've had a few girls, students, clients in pain because their surgeries have been put off. So that's kind of one thing that's come up because of COVID.
It's so interesting because I don't like, it seems to me like the dentists were the ones with face shields, like for 20, like I remember that being a shift in my lifetime, right? That was like after HIV, all the dentists had face shields and everything. So it seems like they've been very careful, but I know that I've been going in for a procedure I'm on my 3rd appointment because I need to take a test, a COVID test, and pass it before I can be with the doctor. And they keep not getting the COVID test in time. So tomorrow is my 3rd time of fasting for an entire day.
Heather, do you have to take a new test every week? Like if your appointment gets moved, do you have to take a new test every week? Or
I had to take 2 tests. They want you to take the COVID test within 5 days of your procedure.
Okay.
And so, and they won't go further. But this time, I think because I just hit the timing of when there's been an increase of testing,
right,
that the labs are overwhelmed. And so I was supposed to have it Wednesday because I have to quarantine between the time of the test and the time of the procedure.
Right. Yeah.
So instead of totally like pushing it for months, they just pushed it 2 extra days to allow for the test result to come in.
Oh, wow. Nice.
But,
it's so much.
Strange times. I have a good friend that's going in for hip surgery that's already had to cancel it once. And it's just, that is the ripple effect of everything. And that is part of like what was going on in the beginning, right? Is like the hospitals can't manage an influx of a mass amount of people suffering from this life-threatening illness and still treat all of us who are not suffering from that, but have other issues that need attention or immediate care. And like Denise, one of my friends, had knee surgery and she opted to go home early because they needed a bed.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That's incredible. Yeah, so. I mean, yeah, it's hard for us to think about, you know, how many like the ripple effect, like you were talking about, Heather, like how this is affecting so many different layers of not just elective surgery, but like necessary kind of elective, but not really, like preventative type procedures, you know, that are being pushed off, and especially dental stuff. Like our friend David's weighing in on this too. Yeah. Well, and that's good. And David lives in Pennsylvania now. David just moved recently, so I'm like, oh,
where are you at, David? Give us a shout. Give a location shout out.
Right, totally. So we know for perspective. But I mean, you know, there's a lot of semi-elective but necessary procedures that still need to take place that are being pushed because also I think people are afraid to go to the doctor because they just don't have enough information about how to keep themselves safe, or if the doctor's safe, or, you know, if going to a hospital is safe. David's in Philadelphia. Thanks, buddy. So it's good to have people all over these United States weighing in on things.
Well, Keri and I were talking before we started about like, which I think is where Keri is going, is like just COVID and community and socialization and isolation.
Gosh, yeah.
And how July looks a lot different than March did. To me, March, and I'll throw this to you guys, but in March to me was like, I was like, okay, I'm going to do jigsaw puzzles and put my jammers on all day. And I'm going to put positive signs in the window. And we're all in this together. # we're all in this together. And I'm posting like uplifting, you know, funny, like no more FOMO and things like that. But now it's frigging July.
It's 4 months later. Here we are.
It feels like 8 months later.
Feels like, yeah.
So what have you been doing, Eydie, to pass the time?
Yeah, therapy. Yeah, no joke. I mean, it was hard. It was hard to sit with all that. At first, it was just, okay, we're taking a pause. And I've been in nonprofit work for a long time. Like, I don't know what it means to pause. So I had to kind of reflect on that a little bit. Like, okay. And then as I started moving forward, I'm like, no, pause is good. Obviously, the earth needs a pause. We could all probably use a pause. I mean, I know I'm in a really privileged place, right? Like I have food and I have a roof over my head and I have a job. So I don't want to say that lightly. But I know doing this type of work, it is important to pause, and it is important to recharge and fill our cup so that we can fill others' cup. So I've been really trying to incorporate that. So the last few months, like I joined, I started capoeira many years ago, which is a Brazilian martial arts. And I've been, you know, I've had some knee issues, so I've kind of had to pull back from that. But, you know, I've pretty much infiltrated the Brazilian culture because now I'm doing the samba classes and the drumming classes. And there was an opportunity for me to join a drum and dance class through a social justice lens. So I spent the last few months in that. And that was really incredible to be in the space of all these beautiful women of color and drum and dance, right? And learn the history and just, you know, be present for each other to move forward in these crazy times.
That's so cool. Wow, nice.
Yeah. And I will say between that and therapy, I'm going to really promote therapy because it's just a shame that it's so stigmatized. I feel like the folks in therapy are really there for an yes.
Eydie, it's not just expensive, but like if you wanted to, like, let's say you wanted to find a therapist and you Google It's like the yellow pages. I mean, it's like the white
Yeah.
pages. I'm sorry. There's not even ads. It's like, I don't even know, where do I frigging start? And how do I know who's what? And
start with your friends. Ask your friends. I'm a huge fan of
Yeah.
because I love my therapist, who I found through a friend of mine. And I believe that the best therapists that you can find are through referrals, because it's the only way that you can get someone who's right for you, because your friends know what you need. They know who you are. They know how you talk, and they know.
Do they?
I mean, yes. I mean, yes. Yes.
I might be afraid of some of the therapists that my friends might send me to.
But I mean, yeah, you take that all with a grain of salt, but you narrow it down to like a handful, and you're not just like blindly going into it. Right, Eydie? I mean, I think that it's important to get a personal referral to a therapist.
I think it's very helpful. I mean, therapists can be just like any other profession. There's good ones and there's bad ones, and it's totally okay to interview them and to make sure that they're a good fit for you. So, I mean, for me, I wanted to make sure that they were trauma informed. You would think that all therapists are trauma informed, but no, it's,
everyone has their specialty, and that's the whole thing. And they all focus, on certain things. And so it's important to ask questions and interview your therapist, and don't be afraid to interview your therapist and say no.
But do you think is it true for both of you? This is a question for both of you. Should you be talking or the therapist talking more to you? Who should be talking the most?
You're paying for that time for you. That's your space. That's your time.
Yeah.
So you should be talking most, because so then it becomes about the type of therapies, right? Because I think I've always preferred the cognitive therapy, and in that case they might be talking more to me, giving me like teacher instructions.
They
not
still
just
need to know.
Not just validation, but like teacher worksheets and homework, and
Right. They still need to know where you're coming from and what your specific, like Eydie was talking about, someone who specializes in trauma. If you have experienced trauma, you need to work with someone who is specializing in trauma. If you are in the trans community, then you need to work with someone who's in the trans community and has that kind of understanding. And so it's very specific, and it's super important to find people. They're professionals, like find people who are educated in this and specialize in the specific field that you need. There's always going to be the umbrella. It's about finding that one specific little peg,
And have either of you participated in like a video therapy session?
I
since
haven't
COVID?
lately. Yeah,
since COVID, yes. Yeah, that's the way they're doing it now. And that's one of the transitions that all our clients had to make, is to go through.
And what do you think? Is it better, worse? Because I feel like I might be more honest being not in front of you. And there's kind of a gym mentality to therapy, is like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want it, like just the 15-minute drive, because you don't really want to go. It's hard to come up with an excuse to be late to a video.
Still happened though, but I'm looking. I think it really depends on you. And that's another thing that I'm kind of liking, how we've become a lot more creative. And I've seen for the clients that I'm working with, I have both. I have folks who really like just to like click in and be there. And I have clients who really want to show up. So it really just depends on you.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Now, do the clients that you have, I mean, obviously they're getting, is it telehealth is what it's called now. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm assuming that Pathways provides laptops so that all the clients have options to experience telehealth, right?
Laptops and printers, and make sure they get in all their schoolwork and print when they need to. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Yeah, that's very cool. Is there anything that the clients are lacking right now that COVID has been a direct influence on? Like, I think I saw on the blog the other day that, they're having a hard time finding work because of COVID. Is that something you're noticing your clients are experiencing right now? I think a lot of the girls are probably have, specific skill sets, And so maybe if there's anyone who's watching our show right now, might be able to offer some sort of employment. What is that something the girls are looking for?
Yes, absolutely. So not only have some of them like lost their jobs, some of them are just being quarantined all the time because their coworkers test positive. So they're just, it's really unstable for them. A lot of our clients who are in like substance and addiction, they've found themselves actually working like crazy right now. So, and it's putting them at risk. We've had about 4 clients who tested positive with COVID, and they all recovered. They're all fine, but this was in the beginning, and it was really scary. So their needs are just kind of like, everyone else's. We were all impacted by the stores just being wiped out. So our clients were like, I don't have cleaning supplies. I can't get like, basic food stuff that I would always get. And, with the second wave, it's like, is it going to happen again?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we learned from the first round, but they experienced everything just like we did.
Yeah. And what do you think, how important do you think, like Keri and I were talking about this, and it was something we wanted to bring up tonight, like the isolation that everyone's experiencing and how important, what does it do to your mental health if you're not getting out at all? Because I know there's a lot of people that are not getting out at all. And I think for me personally, I've been finding if I can just do something 30 minutes or an hour, to even if it's just going to get a takeout coffee where I'm totally like not near anyone. My cup is, I mobile order and I pick it up and I go to Viento y Agua and it's sitting there on the table, but I still see Bela and the people that work there, Rudy, and I get that little interaction just because I'm used to being a customer there. It's very fulfilling. And then that's like enough to charge my battery. I mean, I need that a little bit, or I've been going out on my bike and I've kind of decided I've been seeing all these people that are having, I call them like bonfire circles, but there's no bonfire, right? They're at the park or the beach and there's 5 or 6 friends and they're just in a circle with their chairs as though there's like this camp circle. And so they're away from each other, but they're finding a way to get together. And I've done that once, and I think I might just start doing that every Sunday with 4 to 5, 6 friends where we can just go to a green space and, bring your own chair, your own food, your own drink, stay for 2 hours so you don't have to use the restroom. Just a little charge to that battery.
Absolutely. I mean, when you follow doctors like Dr. Bruce Perry or Dr. Gabor Mate, they are always emphasizing the importance of community for the health of our brains. I mean, it is the way we evolve. We're social creatures and we need that community, which is why I think Pathways worked so well for our clients who come in, because they come in with compound traumas. They've been through so much, but that community really helps them thrive. And thank God for the technology today, right? Because we get to still connect. I mean, none of our services have stopped, they've just transformed. So we are still seeing them as often as we were before. It's just through this platform. And we've even added services in so that we can make sure that they were getting their self-care needs. So we did add in a meditation class every Friday, and they have a Wellness Wednesday art class that they actually do with me so that they can just have a window of time just for themselves to process. The artwork is I'll show you one that we've done.
Cool.
We've made these little me's, we call them, and we just put in our feelings, right? How are we feeling? And it's just a way we can sit and process, kind of discuss what's
Hold that up again, Eydie.
That's so cool.
We partner with an organization called A Window Between Worlds, and they do amazing work. They work with trauma survivors. They have so much curriculum, and it's really fun and easy. And I just send them the templates of things, and we get on a Zoom call and we color and we talk, or we don't. They just color, do their thing, and they share at the end. And it's just nice to still stay in community and be able to process and put out what we're feeling and thinking.
That's so amazing. I think that's the biggest thing that we've talked about staying in community, is staying around people who are experiencing the same thing that we're going through. Like at Pathways to Independence, the clients, they're all experiencing that same thing. Like they may not come from the exact same background, but they're going through the same situation with their contract with Pathways to Independence. And they understand, they're obligated to do these things. They're obligated to check in with their mentors. They're obligated to make sure they go into therapy, every week and get their oil changed and do all of these things. And that is, super. My husband's trying to be sneaky. I see him back there, and that is, it's super important.
You, baby.
Look, everybody, honey, everybody sees you. Everyone says hello. They all, all of these clients are going through the same thing. And for them to be able to experience it in a community and share their feelings and share their emotions, my experience with Pathways was about 5.5 years, and I was a mentor to 2 different clients, and I was a client coordinator as well. And so one of the things that I always felt was really important for the clients that I had was to be able for them to kind of vent their frustrations. Like, can you believe that we have to do this every week? Can you believe that I have to make these stupid phone calls to these old ladies who, whatever. And in the end, they all appreciated it so much that they had to call and check in with their mentors, and they have to call and check in with their therapist. And they also super appreciated being able to share the frustrations with each other and then have each other to encourage them to push through and go through that, And so community in a program like that is just invaluable for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eydie, we are so grateful for having you on the show today. It's been so wonderful to be able to learn about Pathways to Independence. And if you, again, could just share with us any ways that people can help or donate their time or just log on and throw money at the program, let us know how we can help.
Yeah, please like us on Facebook and Instagram, Pathways to Independence. You'll find all the information there for how you can help. Right now, we do have a COVID-19 relief fund for our clients who have been affected by COVID. So please feel free to donate to that. We hope to see you through the Zoom event at our graduation. I think it'll still be very special. Please come and join. If you are a professional out there and you wanna support, please consider donating your time to us. Again, we're always looking for therapists, psychiatrists, optometrists, dentists, doctors. You can reach me at Eydie, EYDIE.Pasicel, my last name, PASICEL, at pathwaystoindependence.org.
Awesome.
All right,
Eydie.
We'll post that in the video information. Thank you, Eydie. And I never got to say that I know her from something that we can't talk about.
And I know her from Eleanor Drinkery, located in beautiful downtown Long Beach. And it's funny because we met at Eleanor before we met at Pathways to Independence. So look at how bars bring people together. That's awesome.
Yes, hanging out at the very cool places. Thank you, ladies, for being fierce and amazing. I really look up to you. Thank you for having me here.
You're so sweet. Thanks, Eydie. Great to see you. Take care of yourself.
You too.
All right. Bye, Eydie.
Hey, so we should probably take a little break and throw it over to our other sponsor, which is
all right. Get it going, and I'll load it.
Made by Millworks.com. And are you ready for a little Christmas in July? Because I know I am. Ready?
Yeah.
Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. Do, 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 shaboom. Life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom, and open we'll meet again. Boom. Ding dong, ding dong, a lang, a lang, a lang. Oh, 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 bip. A bip, a do, a dip. Oh, life could be.
Yay! Yay!
Yay!
Made by millworks.com.
Christmas in July,
Christmas in
madebymillworks.com.
July.
That's how you can find Made by Millworks. So basically, Made by Millworks or Eleanor Drinkery on every social media format you can find. YouTube, Made by Millworks. Facebook, Made by Millworks. Eleanor Drinkery. Instagram, Made by Millworks. Eleanor Drinkery. TikTok, Made by Millworks. Eleanor Drinkery. Twitter, Made by Millworks. Eleanor Drinkery. And now Pinterest too. So we've got you covered no matter what you're into, no matter how you find us or however you communicate. Because I see friends changing things all the time. Like, oh, I'm off of this thing. I see C'est La Vie on this thing and I'm going to move to this thing. And I'm like, I don't know. What is that thing? Have you TikToked, Keri?
No.
You would love it.
I've barely Twittered.
You should just download it and not follow and not have your own profile, but just like watch. It's basically America's Funniest Home Videos in 60 seconds and music videos. And I think it's a lot of music and you would love it.
I'm sure I would, because I love music.
You do.
It's true.
I mean, we all love music, but I mean in a theatrical sense.
Yeah, I know. And I appreciate that. I just can't have any more fucking things to
I know.
I'm old and tired and sick of switching platforms. But I appreciate that all of the businesses are reaching everyone. Yes, Dan, it's hard to keep up.
Well, we can't go physically out, so we need to be virtually out. And so we're virtually out. Like, okay, let's get real for a minute.
Okay.
2 questions.
Let's get real. Heather. Let's get real.
I am on my last drink.
I'm gonna get real.
Keri. Like how much time do you like spend on like social media? And oh my God, how much TV are you watching? Because I swear to God, that is like my whole life.
First of all,
I'm second screening my entire life. Like I'm second screening. It's TV, phone, computer, working or looking, working or I don't know.
I'm not judging anyone at all about whatever you're doing during the day to pass the time. I don't watch that much TV during the day. At all. I do not watch any TV at all during the day. Yeah, I do not turn the TV
what time
on.
Do you turn it on? And then how many hours till are you up till 4 a.m.? And is that what, I mean, like, so big deal?
No, who's up till fucking 4 a.m.? Who does that?
Well, I
know some people do.
I won't say who, but
I'm kind of an old
some
lady.
people have changed their sleeping habits. Let's just say.
I'm not doing
why?
that.
Where you got to be?
So first of all, my husband works full time, and his alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning, 5:15, 5:20.
That's when you should go to bed, Keri, because that's when you get the bed to yourself.
No.
You should stay up all night, and then as soon as he goes to work, you're all on the bed.
No, that's not how we do it in our house. The TV tends to go on around 5 or 5:30 for local news, and then like Lester Holt on the NBC News at 6:30, and then we tend to wrap up TV by 10:20, which is pretty much when the local weather report comes on. And so, we don't just watch the news the whole entire time. We watch other things like the Titan games, which was on the other night, and it's radical. I'm sitting there eating pie from the pie bar, watching the Titan games. Like, why aren't you going faster?
I mean, you used to watch, I happen to know, Jeopardy every night.
I know. I haven't watched Jeopardy in
so
like a couple
like
months.
7. Like you're pushing it. You're pushing your viewing time.
Well, I just don't know why we're not watching.
Because we have dinner TV. We have shows that we watch while we eat dinner.
Yeah.
There's separate rooms, separate TVs for daytime watching because he's news and I'm reality TV. It's so shallow. Don't judge me. And then in the evening, it's like we actually started to write a schedule. Like, what are we watching tonight? Oh yeah, every Tuesday's Dead to Me. Every Wednesday's Better Call Saul. But then these fucking 8 to 10 episode runs are ending too quick. And what are we going to do in like one more month? All new TV is going to run out, and I'm just going to be like rewatching classic movies.
I will tell you this. Switcherooski, I texted you a couple of days ago because we found out
No, you
about.
didn't.
Oh, bullshit! I fully texted you, and I was like, "Celebrity Watch Party, turn that shit
yeah,
on
that's right.
right now." Celebrity Watch Party was it was amazing. There's one
And
season,
you don't even watch any of the shows that they were
and
talking
I don't
about.
watch any
I
of the shows
do.
that they're talking. And which is why I thought about you immediately. I don't even know which way I'm pointing. It doesn't matter. Right. And I thought about you immediately, and I was just like, Heather, you got to watch this, because literally it's like Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne, Sharon Kelly and Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, for sure. And like Ozzy with this weird doll. I don't even know.
Did they do like 90 Day Fiance?
They did 90 Day Fiance. They did
Selling Sunset, Real Housewives.
They did Selling Sunset.
Celebrity Divorce Camp,
Marriage Camp. They even did that Pimple Popper Doctor, which I can't. Oh, I'm not watching.
I'm gonna go see Dr. Pimple Popper. I have a referral out, so news coming. We'll see if she accepts me.
Well,
because I'm like, I can't afford it, but if she'll do it on TV, and I'm not talking about what it is.
You shouldn't. I mean, but you should. You fully should. Yeah. Yeah,
I will.
Same. Oh, look at David. David's got a million series in his queue that he can never finish. And that's how I am too. I don't tend to watch a lot. Like, I don't watch 90 Day Fiance because I leave that up to you. You know what I mean? Like,
liar. I'm kidding.
You know, it's real. I don't watch that stuff.
What about America's Got Talent?
Only if there's a golden buzzer. Like, and I've seen it.
I thought you watched some of those like competition singing things. Masked Singer.
I don't know. I should watch Masked Singer, but I don't. I don't watch a lot. I mean, all those shows I fully sign off on, and I love that they exist. And I will totally, like, if there's an amazing episode that I've missed, I will totally go back and watch it. Watching the Celebrity Watch Party was incredible because they definitely showed some really incredible episodes of, those particular shows that I probably should watch.
It didn't make you want to watch because you're like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, no. And then I just get distracted. I get distracted super easily.
I mean, that's why I'm second screening. I'm like playing Words with Friends and
I can't do any of that.
And Facebook, oh my God. And then I'm like, what happened in my show? Oh, who cares? And then I'm all, I'm playing a puzzle game.
And I don't want you to take this the wrong way, and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. I'm working on my summer scent collection, and I'm pouring candles like all day. Like, I've got my
I'm like on a schedule. I'm working 9 to 6,
yeah,
loosely. And so, all of our work is basically making sure that everything's online, cleaning up, like that everything's consistent, which is, as you know, it's a lot of work. I can't even tell you.
It's so much work. Yeah.
How many products are made, and almost everything is online now.
How many makers do you have in Made, Heather? How many makers do you represent at madebymailworks.com?
Well, if you count artists and authors, it's 125 plus.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. And we've been taking new things. We've been getting some new products, of course, face coverings and other merchandise. And, it's just, I can't believe how much sales have started coming from online versus before. Like, people were not shopping online before for us. And now that is the only way they're shopping for us, because it's the only way they can. And so it's, that's a whole thing.
It's pretty incredible. Like, I have an Etsy store that I've had for a couple of years now for EKP Creations, and I have never seen traffic like this. The traffic on my online stores is just out of control. And even on my website, it's out of control. And it's wonderful. And I want to keep up with it. And I want to be able to encourage other makers. I'm just going to circle back really quick, and we have to wrap up because we're actually 4 minutes over. But I'm going to circle back really quick and talk about being in community with makers. And, we work alone and we struggle. Makers, local makers, especially those of us who are child-free by choice, by the way, no shame in my game. We work alone, and we struggle to stay motivated. And this particular time of year is when we rely on having conversations with other makers and other vendors by being at shows with them and seeing them every single weekend. And we haven't had that for months. And it's really, really fucking hard. Sorry, Mom, to stay motivated when you can't talk to people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. And so I'm going to keep an eye out on EKP Creations Candle Co. Facebook page, because I'm going to start a video situation, a weekly video thing where, you know, makers can come in. I got a page. I got a mastermind page on Facebook. It's a group that I started a while ago, and we're going to do that. So anyway, thanks everybody for coming out on a Wednesday night from 5:30 to 6:35.
Come back next Wednesday, every Wednesday, on Facebook, on YouTube. It's live. But you know what? If you miss a live show, you can watch it later. And you can still send us messages or comments, and we'll still reply. We'll make our best effort, and we're going to update with links and all that. And this is episode number 12, so there's 11 episodes for you to watch. If you know, speaking of things to watch, why not?
Put us in your queue. Catch up.
Put us in our queue.
Yeah.
All right. One last cheers.
Cheers.
For my empty drink.
Oh, mine's not empty.
From Ben Tiki, and I got it Ventura at the Maker Place. What's the conference that we went to?
Craftcation. Oh yeah.
We took a craftcation together, and I went to Ben Tiki in Ventura.
So awesome.
And got these tiki glasses.
Yay. Oh, it's perfect. Craftcation will come back in 2020. Check out dearhandmadelife.com to
2021.
register. 2021. Sorry. I'm like, what day is it? I have no idea. Yeah.
Cheers to 2022.
There you go.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart.
Well, it's
time to go.
Do, 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 do.